Welcome back, everyone, to another exciting episode of Lo6ic and Tristan Gaming. It is your host, Lo6ic, and Tristan is here as well.
Hi, everyone.
Today, Tristan and I will be starting a new series called How to Use. We created this series with a vision to make videos that explain how to use each card in the game. We debated for a while on which card to start with.
Do we want to start with cards by rarity? Do we want to choose cards by their elixir count?
Eventually, we came to the decision to spotlight cards by when they are available to the player in the game. What is the first area you get cards in? The training camp. First card listed under card unlocks in the training camp area is the arrows card. So let's start with the card's basic information.
When does this card become available?
It is unlocked when you first start the game and practice in the training camp. Arrows have a common rarity and they are a spell card. The card itself uses 3 elixir and does area damage with a radius of 4 tiles. And it also does reduced damage to crown towers.
What are some basic tips for using arrows?
They are generally used against swarm troops like the minion horde, goblin gang, skeleton army, goblins, goblin barrel, spear goblins, minions, bats. They can be used to take out the legendary princess, and they can do damage to buildings, but that shouldn't be the main reason you use them when they are in rotation and available.
How can I counter the arrows card?
Well, because this card is a spell card, you can't really counter it. However, baiting is a more common technique to use against the arrows. Baiting is when you know your enemy has a certain card in their rotation and you want to get them to use it. This allows you to counter with cards that aren't necessarily affected by them. For instance, let's say I know my opponent has arrows and I have a minion horde and skeleton army in my rotation. I can intentionally deploy my skeleton army to try and get my enemy to use their arrow card. Once they use their arrows, I can immediately play my minion horde without worrying about their imminent doom from the arrows. Another example of baiting would be if you had minions and the goblin barrel. You can use the barrel to try and get your enemy to use their arrows. Once the arrows are used, drop a tank and the minion combo, etc.
How should I plan my deck with the arrows in them?
Arrows are a great support tool when you have a tank going into enemy territory. For example, if you use a giant, the arrows are awesome to clean up any small troops your opponent drops to attack the giant. With the right timing, you can predict when an enemy will drop their horde and preemptively launch your arrows. However, this is risky. If your timing is off or you miss the area they deploy the troops to, the opponent will now have a severe elixir advantage against you. In conclusion, arrows can be used in many different ways, and they add a different dynamic to each game they are involved in. They can be used in offensive pushes as well as defending your towers. Always keep in mind what cards are in your enemy's deck that arrows will counter, and it will make you a better player.
That is all we have for this episode, guys.
Alright, thank you so much for watching.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe for updates to our channel.
Alright, see you later.
Bye, guys.